Welcome to Variant Edition Tuesday, your source for comic book news and culture. Every week, Variant Edition Tuesdays bring you the latest headlines in the world of comics and a sneak peek at what comics you shouldn't miss on Wednesday. So sit back and get ready for a quick dose of comic knowledge that will prepare you to step in your comic shop this week.
Hi, I'm Lewis, and here are the comics that you should find at shops this week. It's a big one. Not only the amount of books, but also the sheer destructive power of all those books. I mean, we got the conclusion of World War Hulk with issue number 5, Hulk in the Century. It's enough said. Marvel's got more potential out this week as well. Thor number 4, he's the God of Thunder, so there's a lot of power right there. Avengers the Initiative 7, Ghost Rider 17, House of M Avengers number 1, New Avengers 36, and Punisher War Journal featuring a Rhino Rampage round out the Marvel powerhouses. But none will prepare you for the sheer destructive power of Iron Man and the Power Pack number 1. I mean, cute always prevails, right? Or Wolverine 59 continues the Logan Die story. Oh, and all those following the Messiah Complex, this week's installment is X Factor 25. Alright, on to DC. The most powerful? Superman. All-Star Superman number 9 hits along with Batman and the Outsiders number 1, Teen Titans East number 1, Black Adam 4. He's not too powerful, but the creepy Simon Dark returns with number 2. But to counter that, Superman Batman 42 has Darkseid, and DC's Strongest Dame gets a new writer, and it's a woman. Gail Simone starts out what will sure be an epic era with Wonder Woman number 14, and Ra's al Ghul's resurrection continues with Nightwing 138. Image has their own power hitters up this week. They may be small, but they rack up the bloodshed. Our pick of the week, Mice Templar number 2 hits this week. If you missed the first issue, what's wrong with you? Get this book. But that's not all this week. Check out Brit number 3 and Sword number 2, or go for the power of the freaks in the Unmeant 4 or Myths in Fable 67. DMC 25 and Scalped 11 bring the powerhouse writers of Brian Wood and Jason Aaron respectively. Gotta give the writers their due too, but maybe this is the power of numbers that might come to play with World of Warcraft number 1. How many millions of people play this game? Get a few percentage of that reading and it could decimate the competition. Like I said, it's a big one. Rounded out the sheer powerhouse of the shipping list this week are a few from the smaller press. Atomic Robo number 2, John Woo's 7 Brothers number 3, Living with the Dead number 2, and Scott Pilgrim volume 4. Indie power. And the power is not just evident in paper and ink. DC Direct hits this week with Batman Dark Crusader based on Alex Ross, the Superman Last Son figures, and the Black Canary bust. So what will I be buying? Captain Marvel number 1. He died, but he's not dead yet. So he's back. Knocked out of time, but still a powerhouse. I wonder what his return will bring to the recurrent Marvel Universe before he dies again.
Hi, I'm Nick, and these are your headlines for Tuesday, November 12th, 2007. In what might be the biggest news of the month, Newsarama reported that Mark Bagley, the just-finished penciler of a record-setting 111-issue run on Ultimate Spider-Man and career Marvel guy, has signed an exclusive contract with DC Comics. Nobody seemed to have any comment at press time, but expect an announcement shortly. Bagley has worked for Marvel since 1986 and enjoyed a long run on books, which nowadays is a rare thing. We think that Bagley will have his choice of prime projects at DC, so the eventual news release could prove to be an interesting one. Last week, we reported that the WGA, the Writers Guild of your favorite shows and movies, went on strike. Well, bad news for TV, maybe good news for comics? Apparently, some of those writers now have openings in their schedules to catch up. We'll have more news on that as it develops, and speaking of comics and TV and film, here's Eddie with more comic book-related movie news.
Thanks, Nick. So the WGA strike is here, so a few of the projects we've been talking about may be on hold, but that doesn't mean that some of the production work hasn't completely stopped. The upcoming Punisher sequel will be titled Punisher Warzone, and Buffy and Angel vet Julie Benz has joined the cast. Meanwhile, the Justice League movie is still in the news as casting is still underway. The latest rumors? Model Megan Gale for Wonder Woman and fellow Aussie Annie Whitfield for an unspecified role. Oh, and has anyone seen the pic of Rorschach for The Watchmen? It's looking good so far. Nick?
Thanks, Eddie. We mention the Hero Initiative quite often in the news, and with good reason. It's a great organization that helps out those that help build the comics industry into what it is today. Well, CBGExtra.com is running a very cool promotion for the Hero Initiative. For everyone who goes to CBGExtra.com and clicks the Hero Initiative banner, CBG will donate 10 cents. So, cost to you, $0. The Comic Buyer's Guide is the longest-running magazine about comics, and to editor Brent Frankenhoff, it makes sense to give back to the industry. So if you've been looking for a way to help and you're strapped for cash, go click on that ad. Well, that's it for the news this week. We'll see you next time.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and this week's Book of the Week, New Avengers Illuminati number 5. Yeah, we've had 2 Marvel books in a row, and the sheer delay of this book should have knocked it out of the top spot, but damn, did this book knock it out of the park. The Illuminati gather one more time. Now, for years, they've secretly shaped the direction of Marvel history. And by the end of this issue, it's clear that they may have bitten off more than they could chew. In issue 1, they repelled an invasion by the Skrulls by taking the battle to them. Well, the Skrulls have finally returned the favor and are invading again, but this time they seem to be using more brains than brawn. Now, of course, it's a huge battle, as one of their members is revealed to be a Skrull. Now, hopefully the huge event that this book spawns will prove to be as good as this issue was. It had amazing art, shocking revelations, and an ending that asks more questions than it answers. New Avengers Illuminati number 5 is a prime example of the Marvel style of comic storytelling.
All right, that's it for Variant Edition Tuesday this week.
If you haven't checked out variantedition.com, go take a peek.
We're elbow deep in a redesign, but we've still got all the old features. But we're making some room for the new stuff.
Yeah, we're really working hard on making it the best experience for viewing the show, so let us know what you think.
The site will see quite a bit of change over the next few weeks, but we'll be sure to let everyone know when the dust settles.
But don't wait till then. VariantEdition.com is still the easiest way to watch us, but there are a few other ways too. You got iTunes Video, YouTube, and Google Video, and a pretty good high-res version from Blip TV.
And while you're at the site, be sure to check out the sponsor button. David did, and we have to thank him for a very generous donation.
And not only does he get all that really good karma, but he gets a pretty sweet Variant Edition t-shirt with his name on. And so could you.
We can't stress enough that Variant Edition is made possible through viewer sponsors like David.
Again, thanks, David.
That's it for Variant Edition Tuesday. See you next time.
But a dee da dee da do do dee da dee da do. That's good.